What is going on, guys? I am Chad Jarvis, one half of the red half of Sheffield. And today, me and not Noah, Robert Kitson, aka Captain Costa, will be bringing you Swansea. Wow, we played them midweek. Preston against the Mighty Blades, table toppers, going to run away with it. I think I said 131 points we're going to finish with. Today, we are away at Deepdale, and let us bring in not Noah Snyder, not the other half of red, half of Sheffield. It almost feels like he's a third of the red half of Sheffield. Robert, Captain Costa Kitson. Robert, how are you doing this morning, afternoon, evening? Just spanning the globe with all the different time zones we cover.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing well. It's been a busy week. Any week where you have a midweek fixture, as exciting as that game was, the late winner, which we'll get into. We'll talk about that. But yeah, we're just ready for more exciting Sheffield United football before the long international break, and then hopefully we can kick our form on the other half of that.
Yeah, it, you know, we've put out a pretty strong team today against Preston, which I'm okay with. I'm not against it. Let's look at the lineup. We got League One West, clean sheet West, Georgie and back, and wing back, Ahmed Hadzic, John Egan, Chris Basham, RND, who's been a world beater, Ollie Norwood, Sandy Barge, and Ndiaye. And here's the change. Let's throw this one in here. McBurnie and Brewster up front. Let's go. Let's go. Hopefully there's goals in this side. This is the first time I think we've seen them paired up front this season. Am I right?
Yeah, and it's definitely a change from what we've seen the tactic be the last couple matches, with a kind of a midfield duo of Norwood and insert Doyle McAtee Fleck, and instead we're taking that kind of left-sided midfielder and throwing him up top in the form of Rian Brewster. But given Brewster's really good performance at the end of the match midweek, I honestly think this is a great move. Brewster showed on Tuesday that he can really run a defense ragged, especially a defense like Preston, who's been vastly overperforming so far this year. When you look at their XG compared to the only 2 goals that they've allowed in, this is a team that's ripe for a 4-0 pounding. Um, so
Yes.
I'm not going to say that's my score prediction quite yet, but I honestly really like Hecky's choice of going 2 strikers. I think Brewster and Ollie McBurnie are both set for a really good match today.
And I mean, with that attacking duo, it almost spells like, hey, let's go out and get some goals against a team that, as you mentioned, have not scored that many goals this year or conceded that many goals. They've only conceded 2 and scored only 3. So it's kind of a blah team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took till what I think it was the 5th or 6th game for them to concede their first goal, but I think most of their games leading up to that have been 0-0 draws. So I hope we can get some goals in this so it's not a snoozer.
Yeah.
I mean, surely with that side we can break the Preston defense down and get goals. And if you look at the bench, surprises is Doyle, Cadra, and McAtee, and El Capitan, William Billy Sharp. Welcome back, Skipper. He's on the bench. So, I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of attacking prowess on the bench. So, if these guys in the game struggle like, Sandy Barge and Ndiaye did during the midweek, and Hecky just whipped them off and put Brewster and Cadra in, we scored a goal. So, if this particular lineup isn't working, we have enough players on the bench where we can go and get a goal. But I hope it's not a last minute winner like midweek, and we'll get
Yeah.
to that. But let's check out the Preston side against the Blades. They got Woodman in goal, Fernandez, Whiteman, Lindsay, Brown, McCann, Story, Parrott from Spurs, Hughes, Emil Reese Jakobsen, and Potts up front. So, I mean, I don't know why they don't score goals. I just guess they're like us at the beginning of last season. We were so inept to score goals.
Mhm.
But I mean, I would feel like there'd be, a few goals in there in that side.
Yeah, it's Preston. I think on the flip side, as like kind of overachieving their defense has been so far, it really feels like their offense has been underachieving. So I know, from our standpoint, it looks like we're maybe making a little bit of a gamble, going with two strikers instead of that extra midfielder. But at the same time, Preston's not really had to challenge anybody so far this season. And so I think for us being a table topping team, we need to expect to be able to put the pressure on them, rather than let them have opportunities to come into this game, even if it is another road game for us.
Yeah. And, two prior to this game, two away games, two good results, maximum points. So our away form has started to turn in form. If we can go away to Deepdale and beat Preston today and get another 3 points on the board, you've got to like where we're going. And I mean, unless you're living under a rock, you don't know how good a form we are in. I mean, if teams around in and around us start dropping points, we can start to open up the gap. Like I was telling you before we jumped on, Norwich play West Brom today, and if they drop points and we win, that's a 4-point gap. And then it only gets further from the rest of the pack. So I'm okay with that. I want us to keep winning. Obviously, you know, we can't win every single game. We're gonna lose one. I just don't want to be on here and doing a live stream while we lose, because when we started this thing in preseason, I think our first game we lost 3-2 to Scunthorpe, and we were down 3-0 at halftime. And so it's like, oh god, are we gonna be the curse? This isn't gonna be good for us. But knock on wood, every one of these we've done, we've had a good positive result. So, I mean, we've picked up points. So, if we can keep this form up, we could have the league wrapped up by Christmas and kick our feet up and just relax. That's what I'm hoping for.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, before we keep going in the discussion here, Dan dropping a £2 donation for his birthday. Happy birthday, Dan.
Happy
I'm
birthday,
guessing
buddy.
you're 36 by the 36 there, but either way, if other folks in the chat do want to, contribute with a donation or anything, we are accepting any size donation, but obviously bigger donations help the channel with the running costs and everything. Hal has a ton of moving expenses he now has to pay for moving to Cyprus. Nick has a new kid. The three of us here, the red half of Sheffield and myself, we're streaming all the way from the US, so that extra bandwidth we're paying for, So any donation you guys want to see today would surely help out the channel and the team here as we bring you some alternative Blades commentary for today's match away at Preston North End. And so, Chad, I did want to, we were talking about international break. Some of the Blades players are getting some international call-ups at the various levels. Do you want to talk about that quickly?
Well, I'm worried. See, I like to talk about it, but I'm worried because I always hate international breaks because, RND got the call up, Egan got the call up. A couple of the under 21s have gotten the call up, but I'm always worried that, we send out healthy players and, these international friendlies leading up to the World Cup, they want you to think that it's going to be so like, oh my God, we're going to take this so serious. All they are is glorified friendlies. No one cares. This isn't going to make or break whether England, the United States, any team in the world that's going out on these friendlies, it's not going to determine whether they're going to do good or not. Mm-hmm. So I wish Hecky could be like, no, until the World Cup starts. That's when you can have them. But obviously, you've got to make these players happy and you've got to let them do their international duty. So I'm always worried about we're going to ship a bunch of them out on international duty and they're going to all come back hurt, and then it's going to screw up our league season, and we're going to be just a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's always that risk with the international play. And definitely, from a standpoint of you want to see your players healthy and playing for your team in, the regular season and trying to get your points so you can get promotion and everything. But I personally always enjoy seeing Blades playing on the international stage. And I know we're going to have a couple guys who are going to Qatar in November. But, seeing the likes of Iliman Ndiaye, right? Starman Ndiaye, he's playing for Senegal. That's an impressive team to be playing on. You got a lot of really good players there that he's playing with. And so I think there's definitely some of that kind of knowledge that you kind of can rub off when you're, bumping shoulder to shoulder in the practices and even in those kind of friendly matches, as we'll call them, that hopefully some of that can kind of spill over into the first team back at Sheffield United, back at Bramall Lane, and then you can get some better performances out of them. Obviously, barring no injuries. That's always the concern. But I definitely think that sending some players out internationally is good for their development, and I think good for us long term.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you in that sense, but I can't help skew negative, So I always think, oh my God, he's going to go and break his leg and be out for a year. But no, it's all good, because when you get called up to the international level, like you said, bumping shoulders with, I think Sadio Mane plays for Senegal. So I mean, there's nothing wrong. You can't help but improve your game, and he'll probably be like, oh, hey, is there a spot on that Bayern team for me after this season? And then Bayern will come in and buy him, and then they'll be link up teammates, and the whole deal. But
yeah, if we get Bayern money for Ndiaye, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, 40, 50 million. I mean, if the law firm goes for like 50 million to Forest, what does Ndiaye go for this year? So, congratulations to all of those Blades that got called up on international duty. And I'm touching wood right now for you. Don't come back with any injuries, please. We're just worried. We just don't want you to get worried or get injured. So, Mr. Captain Costa, should we talk about Swansea away? What a result. 30 seconds to go in the match. Blades go and get a late winner. They've already been showing it. I think they replayed it 2 or 3 times on the SUTV already. And I mean, what a game. It was dull until the very last gasp. And Brewster, Kadra link up. Kadra off the mark, opens his account for the Blades. What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, honestly, I was getting really frustrated with the match. It felt like the team just wasn't hitting their stride at all. That next step that we needed to take to get a result, it didn't seem like it was going to come. And by the end, I was like, okay, let's just see this thing out. So then with Preston being in there attacking third, balls in the box, and Basham having to make that amazing last ditch tackle to get the ball out. Immediately all the fans are, Preston fans are calling for a penalty, and I'm like, no way, that's not a penalty. I was so focused on that side of the play that all of a sudden the ball's lumped forward. I see Brewster, it takes one bounce and he gets ahead to it and puts it past whoever it was Kyle Naughton that he was running past. And I'm like, oh, this could be something. And initially I was like, okay, Brewster's got the pace. He, you could see the two of them running, and Brewster's way faster than Naughton. And then all of a sudden, Kyle tries to, cut him off, and Brewster's like, nope, I'm just going to go around you. And then my initial thought was, shoot, there's going to be a foul here. Cause of course, defender goes down. Blades will never get to the play on, but it happens. You get the play on, and then, Brewster squares it to Kadra. And by that point, I'm just too ecstatic that we have the ball with 10 seconds left in front of their goal. And I'm just like, just shoot. And then passes it and scores. So, I was, at a child-friendly resort in Florida. We'll keep it vague. And I definitely dropped a non-child-friendly word at the pool. Wife had to look at me and be like, hey, watch it. I'm like, you're right. Sorry.
You're right. Well, but, I mean, hey, it's all good. You can drop an expletive, child, just put the earmuff deal, do the earmuffs.
Yep. So yeah, luckily there was enough splashing and other noise going on, but no, it was fun. It was a good finish. Obviously, we don't want every match to end in the the 94th minute, but we do want we do like to see some of the players coming off the bench and contributing with the two of them, Brewster and Kadra, getting the assist and the goal respectively. So
yeah. I mean, and I thought Brewster was going to take the shot, and I was like, don't take the shot. Don't take the shot. Here comes Kadra. Here comes Kadra. Pass it off. And, at least Brewster, you can see his game improving because I think if this would have been like a year or 2 years ago, he would have took the shot on. It would have been saved. But you can see him growing and maturing, and he had the confidence to just lay it off. And what a finish by Kadra.
Yep.
I mean, but that, like we talked about on our podcast, those are the results that promotion teams get. We don't. I think last year we don't get that win. We take a 0-0 draw and we take 1 point and we move on. But we have that killer instinct now that, hey, even with 10 seconds to go, the match is not over. We can still go and get a winner. And I like that confidence in this side. And I like that Hecky has that intense attacking prowess and, is not afraid to make an attacking change, albeit the score 0-0, to go and, he still wants to win it. He wants to get 3 points every single game. He doesn't want to settle for a draw. So, I mean, I love our manager, and on top of that, he won Manager of the Month for the championship. You can't help but, congratulate him because he deserved it. Top of the table. I think the stat was there's 21. We're the 22nd team to get 20 points in the first 9 fixtures, and only 5 of those 21 teams that have done that in the past have failed to go up. So, I don't want to foreshadow or say what could be coming later in the season, but we keep this up, we could be playing in the big league next year, although I kind of like playing in this league a lot more than where I foresee ourselves playing next year,
Yeah. No, it's definitely everything so far has been going the right direction. The results have gone the right way. We've gotten these, this late winter now. We've gotten results where we're comfortably ahead by halftime. It definitely feels like a promotion winning side should have all these different aspects to their team. And now that last aspect, I think for us was the clean sheets, right? We were letting in goals early in this season. Now the clean sheets are rolling. Wes is on form. The rest of the back line is getting a little bit more solidified, despite the fact that we still have injuries, right? Max Lowe and Kieran Clark both out, forcing either Ahmed Hadzic or Basham to have to play on that left-hand side. And Reece Norrington Davies, despite being so good at left center back so far this year, has had to move back out to left wing back. So you look at that back line and you think this is not a back line that should be able to keep as many clean sheets as it has so far. And yet that just seems to be the expectation. And that's, I think, the sign of a promotion winning side. That's a team that can win the championship, that can get back to the Premier League. And yeah, we're going to have a tough competitor with Norwich. We're going to drop some points. Other teams are going to, start getting better results. So it will be a fight down to the end. I am not calling the race now before the first international break, right? But all the signs are there. All things point towards this is our year. So let's enjoy it, right? Let's enjoy being on good form. Let's enjoy the team's good performances. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see how far this team can go and how far Hecky can take us.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. This is our 10th game of the season. So, okay, we've got 36 games left. That's still a huge chunk of the season left. And the inevitable injury, just look at John Fleck. How long is he going to be out with that leg injury? But it sounds like, and it popped up in the chat, and I don't really remember what it was. It's fallen down there now, but somebody said Bogle's going to be back after the international break. So we're getting even better with Jaden Bogle coming back. We don't even know what he's going to install in this team when he gets, he's not going to start obviously when he comes back from being out, but he's another attacking player,
Mhm.
and it's we're reaping the benefits of it. This is a side that we have given Hecky time to build what he wants, and look at the machine that he's put out there. Look at
Yeah.
this machine. We're just churning out results. And I said this to Noah during the week. I don't think it's a matter of, we're so much better than everybody. I think the league compared to last year is weaker, if that
Mm.
makes sense. I think it's
Yeah.
more of a, there might be, if us and Norwich can string a couple results and put a gap between the chasing pack, I think you have like a from third to 16th to 18th, you have teams that what was it last year from when we got into the playoffs till like I think 14th in the league, all had a shot at getting in the playoffs. It's somehow
Yeah.
down the stretch. So I think it's like from third to maybe 16th to 18th, all those teams could just churn around in there, and come the end of the season, you don't even there's no telling who could be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's just this league is so long and so arduous. Any team could beat any team on any given day. It's probably the most competitive league because you can look at the Premier League and that's starting to turn into your La Ligas and your Bundesligas and I don't know your Ligue 1 in France. I mean, not
Mhm.
really competitive. You have a couple of teams here, and then the rest of it's just like, okay, we're gonna have fun amongst ourselves.
Yeah, it definitely has that feel a bit more this season. Last year, you had Fulham, who kind of was up and away, the better team by a good stretch, and Bournemouth for a good portion of the season was up there with them, but they
Mhm.
kind of fell back to earth. Forest, Huddersfield, Luton, teams that a couple were overperforming. Some like us and Middlesbrough last year, were late performers, late to the party. But yeah, it definitely made for an interesting year. And yeah, hopefully we can avoid that mess this season.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
That's all I'd like to see. But
Yeah, hey, guys, in your in the chat, drop your score predictions for this afternoon's game, and let's see what we get scoreline wise. But I like some of the stuff Scott's putting in here. Two strikers today, and not Brewster's a winger, wide player. Slav played Brewster completely out of position last year, and he needs to be an out and out striker because that's what he is. Simple. I mean, there's nothing to say he's not anything but a striker. I mean, that's all he showed. He can't play as a winger.
yep, yep, yeah. Brewster out wide was a concept that, in theory, seemed to maybe work, but it never got executed properly. Maybe if Slav got a whole season, he could have got wingers working, but it's just not the Sheffield United way, is it? Right? We
No.
want our center backs out wide. We don't want our wingers out wide.
Yeah, no, right? Exactly. And more to my point, Scott says it's a weaker in the sense that all the big teams that came down lost the majority of their goal scoring talent, except for Watford, but they seem to be struggling, defend in a defensive sense, not scoring goals. I mean, they didn't lose too many of their big. I think they still have Joao Pedro in Sar still stayed there because I think his deal fell through.
Hmm.
He was trying to go to the Premier League, but I guess on transfer deadline day it fell through. So, all right, Captain Casa, 6 minutes away from kicking off here.
Yep.
Score prediction. What do you got? 7-0
Uh,
Blades? 7-0?
that's in the heart, right? I want the big, score line, but I'm going to be pragmatic here. I'm going to go with a 2-0. I think we can put a couple past Preston. I still don't think they've got enough offense to break the clean sheet streak right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go with 2-0, not the 4-5-6-0 that I really want it to be today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dan, 3-1. Scott has 2-0. Ah, man, see, I'm wavering right now. I'm wavering. Adrian's long. say 2-0 Blades. I'm just kind of wavering back between 2-0 and 1-0. I really can't see them getting a goal.
Right.
I unless it's like a penalty or something fluky, I just can't see them getting a goal. And I think we have too much attacking prowess. The only thing, with the two strikers up front being their first game paired together up front, I don't know if they're going to try and do too much and take away from one another. I don't know if they're going to be able to like counteract each other in a sense. So with that, I think we win 1-0.
1-0. Okay.
I think Ahmed Hadzic goal from a set piece corner. But I mean, if we get a goal and then it forces them to come out, we could win this 3-0. We could go on and just take this game by the scruff of the neck and just dominate these guys, because most of these teams I've seen this year, and you've seen the same thing, and a lot of the people's in the chat have seen the same thing. If we get an early goal and pull their back line out, then they're more susceptible to giving up more goals. And that's happened, the likes of Reading, the ones that we've put big score lines past.
Yep.
They don't know how to defend once they go a goal down. When last year, if the opposing team went a goal down to us, I felt like they were still in the game. Now these teams we're going against, I feel like they don't have any chance, honestly. And that's taking my red glasses off. I just feel like they feel like they have no chance.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a different feeling when we get an early goal this year. It feels like, okay, this game's done. Let's, sit back, relax, put a couple more past them. Whereas last year, it seemed like we always had to wait for the second half to see how the game was going. But yeah, some good score predictions. Wayne with the 4-0, Sid with the 2-1. About to say, let's see, Jade 2-0 at their ground. Simon Hart says 2-0 to us, but Head says 0-0. Simon with the ultimate pragmatic, Preston keeping clean sheets on both ends of the pitch this season so far. So, but yeah, definitely a lot to take in here. We're starting to get scenes of the ground. Teams just walking out of the tunnel now. Yeah, hopefully, like we've said, early goal, I think, is how the recipe for success is going this season. We saw midweek against Swansea that we can get a late goal. We can get a winner later in the match, but we obviously don't want to wait that long. That extra pressure while we're sitting here together chatting today. Not something we all want to sit through.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
But I just can't believe how optimistic the chat is. I mean, a lot of big scorelines, 3-0, 4-0. I mean, 2-0 seems to be the resounding, unified scoreline from everybody. But it's just crazy at how emphatic the chat is today. I like what I'm seeing, guys. Hopefully we can deliver and we're not sitting here watching paint dry, because God, was that awful. What game was that? Was that the whole game? Or I don't know. The one, I don't know if it was me and you did, or I think it was me and Noah. The last one me and Noah did. Oh my God, that was like watching paint dry. Yeah, that was the one you came in at halftime. And
right.
Yeah, that was.
It did get exciting eventually, but
it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah. So Dan, with a question right before we get ready to go. Thoughts about Max Lowe now that we're 9 games in?
I mean, he turned into the Watford game. He was awful. I'll say that out the gate. He was awful through all preseason, awful through the Watford game, and then he found form out of somewhere. And since he got hurt, it sucks for him because we lose him for, I don't know, what did they say? How long was he out?
I'd say it was. It seemed like it was going to be at least a month. So my guess is maybe we'll see end of October after, international break and all that stuff. Hopefully before the World Cup break, we can see him back.
Yeah. So he was a really good player, influential player in our side until he got hurt. So I'm glad we kept him. I was really scratching my head why we kept him at the beginning of the season, but yeah, he found his form and He's good. I mean, if he obviously when he comes back from injury, he's going to have to, like Bowl will probably put him in on substitution attempts, and then
Yep.
he'll probably work his way back into the game or into the side.
Yes, definitely. So the teams are getting set up. Right before we kick off, we'll run through the lineups. As you can see, the Sheffield United team is on right now. We have League One West in goal, Baldock, Ahmed Hadjic, Egan, Basham, and RND in our back five. Norwood, Berga in the midfield duo today, with Ndiaye in attacking mid, and two strikers up top with Brewster and McBurnie. And for Preston, Woodman in goal. You've got Fernandez, Whiteman, Lindsay, Brown, McCann, Story, Parrott, Hughes, Reese, and Potts, all ready to go for Preston North End.
I think it's going to be a bit of a delay here because I think we got to do the national anthem, the moment of silence for the Queen. So as we're meeting at the center circle, I think both teams will file around the center circle and do the national anthem, the moment of silence. So we're probably about, what would you say, about 3 minutes from getting kickoff here?
Yep.
And I mean, I'm going to kind of agree with Scott here. Bogle coming back, that is going to be some fight over there because Baldock has been playing his tail off the entire season. Who do you put? I mean, obviously, that's probably going to be one of the places we change out. Late substitution to get his legs back into Bogle's legs back into the side.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it'd be hard to take Baldock's shirt away from him.
Absolutely. He'll definitely have to work hard, definitely have to kind of show that he deserves those starting opportunities, because I don't see Baldock making mistakes. That's not the player he is. Definitely in the past, it was Bogle winning the shirt over Baldock losing it. So.
Yeah. And apparently I was wrong here. I guess we're not doing all that pomp and circumstance.
Yep, and we are underway. It is kickoff at Deepdale. Sheffield United against Preston North End.
At least we're not watching this one from the helicopter cam.
Yes.
This one is more close to the pitch and we can see it. Unlike Hull, where we were up in the helicopter or the Goodyear blimp watching the game, it really didn't make much sense to me.
Yep. So 30 minutes on the clock, right? Or 30 minutes. Wow. 30 seconds on the clock. Try to get everybody synced up here. We'll give another shout when we're at 1 minute. But Preston have a throw in just past halfway, trying to get into the attacking area. Passing it out wide now to Fernandez, who passes it back to Brown in, and Egan heads it clear forward, but it meets a Preston head. Now, Norrington Davies and Norwood pressuring Preston out wide on the far side of the pitch. Brewster getting involved, getting a foot in, gets the ball, and clears it up long. Good from Brewster there to see that early involvement in the defense.
Yeah, that was a good tackle back in tracking back on the ball. We're a little loose to begin the game, though. You're not holding the ball up real well.
Yeah, but it is turning right now a little bit, and a wayward pass from McBurnie ricochets off of Brewster's heels, but had a good couple passes linked up together there, get the ball into Preston's half of the field. But Preston now kicks it long and easily gathered by Wes Fotheringham in his box, wearing the yellow goalkeeper kit today.
Kind of looked like a highlighter.
Yeah.
Not a highlighter shade,
right?
A duller highlighter shade.
Yep. And ball over the top.
Oh.
Brewster's on it. He kicks it. Oh, and it goes across the goal. The keeper didn't make a move for that, and that looked way closer than I think he thought it was initially. Yeah. But yeah, Norwood just with a right-footed dink that curves beautifully to Brewster, who tries to take it first time, find the far post, but he's a couple feet wide, curving away, so not getting any help there. But wow, that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did, and it's just have a go, I guess. I mean, you can't fault him for it.
Yep, and Preston now in the box with number 19, Emil Reese Jakobsen, but Ndiaye wins the ball here, Ball passed up to McBurnie, tries to hold it up and get it out wide to Baldock, who does find some space to run into over the halfway line, but he is pressured off the ball along the touch line there. And now Preston moving forward once again, retaining possession at the halfway line here.
Yeah, I don't really. They really look inept going forward. I'm not gonna lie. Preston look like they get it to the box and then they just here have the ball back. We don't
Yeah.
want it. They
Yep.
don't know what to do with it.
And that was a beautiful example right there where they get the ball nicely, a couple passes into the attacking third, and then one pass into space where no one's making a run, and Wes can easily clean it up. So
Yeah, I mean there wasn't any threat, and it's like they had that ball over the top and they got it into Wes's box, and then they like passed it around instead of having a shot. It didn't make any sense.
Yep.
I don't.
So a long ball trying to find George Baldock on the close side, but Fernandez is there to intercept. And now Brown on the ball looking for a pass, and Ndiaye going in and putting some pressure on. And Baldock actually winning the ball from Fernandez, taking it towards the end line into the box, crosses it in. McBurnie, and the touch hits right off of a Preston defender. Hands up, maybe asking for a handball in there, but not sure there was one.
I don't know. We'll have to see a replay on that. I don't know. It happened too quick. I mean, McBurnie had just like a one-touch bang shot, and I don't think the referee was going to call a handball because that was just like a bang play.
Absolutely. But Preston now recycling possession at the back, and McBurnie trying to put some pressure on here. So I do like this again. We've seen some good performances can definitely come from this pressure all the way at the front. And I think having 3 attacking players on today with Brewster, McBurnie, and Ndiaye, we definitely need to be pressuring from the front.
Yeah, agreed. Adrian, we are at right on 5 minutes is what I just went across. So 5 minutes into the game, and not a bad start from the Blades. Not a bad start, Preston,
already
like
had a few chances.
Yeah.
So ball out wide now for Preston on the far end, cutting it inside, a shot taken, and Norwood dives down to clear that one from Potts. And Preston now recycling again back into their half. Lindsay looking for a pass, can find Fernandez on the near touch line, who cuts in. Berger there to stop, and almost wins the ball, but doesn't, and Baldock intercepts that pass, and the Blades can clear for a second, but ball back to Preston.
Can't get the ball at the minute. Whew. Yeah, see, they just look so inept. I mean, it's easy as you like for Wes. I mean, they just had to go from what, about 20 some yards.
Yep. Ben Whiteman with the shot, at least probably 20 yards behind the 18-yard box, and no, not ever challenging Wes there, always rising. But yeah, Preston with some good possession there, and just not taking the right touches, making the right passes to get into the box to get a real dangerous thing. And showing the replay now of that McBurnie chance on the Baldock cross. It may have touched an arm, but the arm was close enough to the body. I don't know if, like you said, if the ref's going to be able to call that, bang play right away.
No, I mean, it's one of those deals, it's happened so quick, and it looked like his arms were down by his body, so you can't call it. You can't call a handball in the box like that.
Yep. And Basham with a really, really good tackle there. Gets in between the attacking player for Preston and the ball, and just makes a nice little move to win that ball back. So now it's Ahmed Hodzic passing forward to McBurnie on the right-hand side. Berga and Ahmed Hodzic passing back and forth, now finding Norwood. Nice, neat passing triangles here, but Preston putting some good pressure on, and it's out for a Blades throw in.
Yeah. I mean, McBurnie with some good hold-up play and letting the play build and then laying it back off to like Sandy Barge or something. But I wonder how Sandy Barge is going to play in that kind of defensive midfield role today. That's kind of him playing out of position a little bit. We like seeing where he goes on his more marauding runs. So I'm curious to see what happens because he didn't have that good of a game against Swans at midweek. He kind of went missing for a good majority of the game.
Yeah. It definitely has been a concern. I've seen a couple comments in the chat about that, as how will Berger play in a midfield duo rather than a trio where he can run forward a bit more. But we do have the ball now on the edge of the area. Berger still making a forward run, getting a pass from Ahmed Hadzic, but Story for Preston is able to see that ball out over the end line. So no threat from that. But one more look, it's hard to see if that went off a hand or not.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think it did, but it's just his arm is so close to his body. The ref isn't going to call that.
Yeah. So
before you know it, it's back down to Wes. I mean, they just give us the ball back.
Yep, ball's already back with Wes after a goal kick was given for Preston before we saw that highlight. So, yeah, who knows what happened, but Preston giving the ball away again. And so now it's Egan and Norwood at the back, passing around, finding the outlet pass to Ndiaye, who passes it back center to Norwood, who goes out wide. Ahmed Hadzic overlapping here, finding Baldock, making a run. He gets clipped, but no call as the ball goes out for a Preston throw.
Right here, big score update. WBA take the lead over Norwich. Call your friends at Deepdale. Tell them to tell the boys Norwich are behind. Let's go get a goal. Come on, man. This is big. This is results we need happening around the grounds. I know it's 10 games into the season, but I can't help it.
Yep. And Preston with a cross in that meets Egan's head. And between him and Sander Berger, they are able to clear it, but only to halfway as Fernandez linking up now with Whiteman in the middle as Preston look to push down the far left-hand side. And the ball crossed in. Ahmed Hadzic, I don't know if he got ahead to that, but did enough to put off the Preston attacker. And another cross in for Preston. And this time Basham's head meets it and clears it out to the edge of the area. And Preston still retaining possession. So some good spells here for Preston. A foot in there. No foul given. It looked like Norwood completely whiffed on the ball and got all man, but the ref is not having any of that. And now it is Preston once more. Emil Rees just outside of the area, and another good tackle from Anel Abendhadzic. And it's cycling back now. Emil Rees with it, trying to find another Preston player, but they can't get past Ahmed Hadzic.
No.
Anel, the brick wall.
He is. It's been a brick wall. I mean, they can't do it, but we can't get the ball out either. I mean, they're holding possession here.
And another cross in over everyone's head. R&D gets that. Brewster trying to clear, but
it
again,
still stays.
Only
my
to
God,
a
we're
Preston
pinned
player.
in.
Berga now fighting with Fernandez. Norwood fighting with Parrott. Was that Parrott maybe? But yeah, so another ball out.
Is this a corner? Did it take?
I think so. I think it must have taken a deflection because everybody's hanging out still.
Yeah, R&D off his knee.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, but that was weird. The whole like that whole possession right there. We couldn't get the ball. It looked like Preston had like 18 guys on the pitch. Yeah. It's like every time they passed the ball, it fell to one of their players, and we weren't able to get the ball. So let's defend this corner.
Yep, corner coming in low, and Norwood claiming Preston nicked that ball, but ref says it was off of him, and it is another corner just on the inside of the corner flag there. And it is Fernandez again taking this one in and cleared away this time out to the halfway line. Brewster now chasing and ball all the way back to Woodman, the Preston keeper. That whole spell Preston had, they still didn't look like they were going to break the defense. It was just more frustrating. We couldn't clear it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is like they didn't offer anything going on goal. It just kind of like they were passing the ball around. They had a few crosses in, but Ahmed Hadzic, like you said, a brick wall. They couldn't get by him.
Absolutely. Yep, and the long ball there from Preston, Wes was able to take care of, cleared it out, and Now Preston are on the ball again in the Blades half. Norwood stepping up, trying to defend here.
Good
And
defense.
yes, great foot there, but the ball does not find Ryan Brewster, and he can't win it back first time of asking. So Preston retain possession here. A cross in. Ooh, gets
No.
flicked on, and
Whew.
that is Emil Reese just putting it wide. Not quite getting a first touch that he was hoping for. I'm trying to see who that flicked off of. That might have been Hughes, maybe, number 16.
Yeah.
But yeah, a very low whipped in cross. Just got ahead to it there. And yeah, Jakobsen not able to put that one on net.
We need to have a little bit of spell of possession right now. We need to get the ball. Okay. We need to get the ball and hold it for a couple of minutes. You know, we gotta, you know, let the back line breathe a little bit. They're under a little bit of pressure, and you know, we're hemmed in for what, 4 or 5 minutes?
Yep, absolutely. And Preston definitely doing a good job.
God.
Another ball that they're able to win here, and already on the counterattack. And Egan does a good job getting rid of that cross, and the ball is rolling out now. McBurnie on it, staying strong, gets it up to Ndiaye, who is cleared out. Yes, yellow card here, easy call.
Did you see the ref throw his hands up to McBurnie because McBurnie was right in his ear, like, "Hey, dude, come on, give him a yellow card.
We got this. Yeah. It's a yellow."
Yeah. Oh man, wow, that was Ndiaye would have been off to the races though.
Yeah,
because he got around that man, and that was it. He would have been off to the races.
Yep, I mean, very strong play by McBurnie there, but yeah, Ndiaye, Lindsay does not get any of the ball, doesn't make an attempt on the ball, and just goes right for Ndiaye's legs. Iliman immediately requesting a card be given, and McBurnie, like you said, right in the ref's ear.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't. It's really it's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of been, you know, a little bit back and forth, but it's kind of been dull at the same time. You know, there really hasn't been any chance either side right now. It's kind of just been played box to box, really.
Yeah, and a lot of good plays by each team to kind of win the ball back in the midfield, but neither team really able to find the opposing penalty area with consistency. Preston still on the ball now. Norwood wins it, finds Berga, and the two of them look to turn upfield. Norwood finding a pass low, and it finds McBurnie, and Ndiaye running on his left-hand side on the far side now, reaching the edge of the penalty box, taking on two Preston defenders, centers it, but is not heavy enough pass to get all the way to Sander Berg. So Preston is able to pick that up and recycle now out to their left-hand side on the near side. Finds Fernandez, who passes forward for a long, long run from Lindsay, and El Ahmed Hadzic making a good tackle to send that one out and stop that counterattack.
I mean, Ndiaye's got to do better there. You can. He waited too long to pass that ball because he should have laid it off earlier to Sandy Barge at the top of the box because he was unmarked the entire time while he kept running into the box. But he's got to do better there. So, you know, we're getting better, but, you know, also I feel like we only have the ball for about, 15 to 20 seconds, then we give it right back to him.
Yep. There's a shout for Preston better than Sheffield United. I think there's definitely some arguments for that, as Sander Berger trying to win the ball in the midfield, but still cannot get the ball away from Preston, who make a good play there. And Jakobsen again with a cross that Egan is able to see out for another Preston corner.
Yeah. I mean, we just give the ball away so easily right now in the midfield. And I think it is more of what Scott just said right here. He doesn't know. It doesn't work. It doesn't for me. He's playing out of position.
Yeah, definitely some good thoughts there about whether Berga does work in that midfield duo. We thought maybe with the extra attacking player we could get more offense, but it doesn't seem to be happening yet today. And Whiteman with the corner this time from the far side meets a Sheffield United head, but Preston again retaining possession here, and McBurnie winning the ball and keeping it in. He does. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, and when they have a set piece, we are putting 11 all 11 players are in the box. There's, usually we leave one for an outlet
Hmm.
pass. Nope, all 11 are in the box. I noticed that on, I think their second or third corner that they just left. We brought everybody back in the box, and I don't know why we're doing that today because we never really do.
Right. Yep. But it's working. Defensively, we look solid. Again, Preston having a decent bit of possession here in the first 18 minutes of the match so far. Definitely getting the ball in the Blades half a lot, with some counterattacking plays. But again, nothing really challenging Wes to this point. So hopefully Sheffield United can figure out a way, like you've said, to find some possession, get some time on the ball, ease a little bit of that backline pressure, because Preston does look closer to scoring out of the two teams, I would say.
Is Preston's manager up in the nosebleeds? Did
He
he get a
might be.
red card?
They
They showed him.
Yeah, they keep showing him up there, but
Yeah,
that very well could be a couple yellows or a red, maybe the last game out. I will
yeah,
have to look that up, but if anybody in the chat wants to look that up and let us know,
yeah. Because I was
we'll,
wondering, they were like showing this random guy. I was like, is that their manager up in the cheap seats?
yeah,
He's up there with the guy that's recording the game on a camera. So maybe, like you said, like a yellow or accumulations of yellow, and then or straight red.
yep.
It's weird. Never seen that before.
Yep, and Preston with the ball, working it forward down the left-hand side, and a foul given in that part of the play there. Not sure who that was on, but a couple players did go down. And Dublin Blade saying that he was sent off versus Birmingham. So a
Oh,
two-game
okay, that
ban.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yep.
it makes sense. Well, it's good he's up in the cheap seats.
Yeah.
At least he still has a view of the pitch.
Yep. I saw one game where the manager was sent off and he went literally one row behind the. And there's a chance headed right to West Fotheringham. Good clear, or good save there. Not really challenging him that much, but
No.
yeah, it was a Bundesliga game, and the manager was got two yellows and was sent off, and he went one row behind the team bench and kept yelling at his assistants from there. Not sure what good that did anybody.
Yeah, right.
But so now Sheffield United, NL Ahmed Hadzic with the ball, passing back to Berga on the right-hand side, and now working up the touch line, trying to find a way into the box. And it is Norwood who finds a pass for Ollie McBurnie. It takes a deflection off of Lindsay, and the keeper is able to get it just before it goes out for a corner. But that was a slick first-time pass from Norwood. Slides it right between 4 or 5 Preston defenders to find McBurnie, but can't put enough on that initial shot, and is able to see that one cleared by Preston. But Sheffield United already back with possession. And
All right,
Norwood
let's
and
go.
Egan passing in the midfield.
Let's go. I'm sick and tired of Preston having all the ball. Let's go and put 4 or 5 past them right now. Come on, let's go. I mean, we need to go and get. I mean, we look good when we get up there, but the chances we've had have been few and far between. We haven't had many attacking chances. It's been all them, honestly.
Absolutely. And yeah, you can see Preston really, really putting the pressure on our back line as we're trying to pass around. Ahmed Hadzic being forced to pass back to Egan, who sends it up long, but Preston finds that ball. And already Preston on the ball in the Blades half. Baldock with very strong tackle there to win it back from number 8, Brown, for Preston. And Norwood finding Ollie McBurnie, who gets the ball taken off of him as well. And Nell trying to get a tackle there, but goes down, and Preston gets a cross in that is cleared up into the air, now still with possession outside the box on the far side of the pitch.
It's not even like we're playing 2 up front. McBurnie's so far back in the midfield, he's defending. I didn't know Ollie McBurnie was a defender.
Yep. Yeah, that last one there was really close. I'm not sure who got that ball to deflect it up in the air, but that cross came in. And another one, and luckily McCann's header goes well over the bar. But yeah, a couple decent opportunities there for Preston, and still not finding the back of the net. So here's that first one. So 16, Hughes wins it off McBurnie. Anel tries to go for the tackle, but is seen off very easily. And Hughes crosses it in low. And yeah, between Chris Basham and the Preston player, that ball ended up going straight up in the air instead of towards goal. But definitely some early signs of concern in the first 23 minutes here of the game. Simon, yep, that was close. They are starting to look dangerous. And Scott, I'll agree with you here. This is feeling like Luton. This is feeling like we're
oh
going to have
my
to.
God, they're going to be in here. This is going to be a goal. Oh my
And a
God.
poor touch by Preston. That is a number, I think 7. I don't know. They have the number 7, but number 15. So that was Parrott.
Yeah,
who
Troy Parrott.
takes a very heavy touch, which allows Wes to run out and collect that one pretty calmly. But yeah, they had 3-on-2 there with the first with the ball being past one of our defenders. Yeah, the high press is working for Preston so far, and we have not been able to break it down yet.
That, and we're telegraphing all our passes to their defenders. I mean, we are straight looking them in the eyes and be like, hey, we're going to pass it to this player. You can jump in front of it and take it the other way. I mean, It's terrible.
A long ball over the top to McBurnie, who is able to chest it down, but is not able to beat Lindsay to it, and he is able to see it out for a Preston goal kick.
I mean,
so nothing coming from our attacks either.
Yeah, no, nothing. No, we are offering absolute. It's almost like we're going to, just hold on for dear life and, try and just get it out of our end, hold the ball for like 20 seconds and then give it back to them and let them come again. Because I'm curious what the possession stats are in this game, because it has to favor them 60-40 probably. If I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unbelievable. Another corner.
Yep. Ahmed Hodges able to see that one out, but another dangerous low cross as Preston working the counterattack to good efficiency, just not finding the back of the net yet.
I mean, it's just we're going to give them too many damn chances, and too many chances they're going to hit one of these.
Mm-hmm. So as of now, I'm seeing 59% possession for Preston and 41% for Sheffield United. As the corner comes in, every head goes up. It's back in the box with Emil Rees-Jacobson. But Sander Berge is able to win that one back and wins a foul.
Okay, just chill. We just need to chill now. We need to have a little bit of a breather. Everybody have a cigarette. Smoke one while you got them. Let Wes take his time getting rid of it. Man, it's just so frustrating right now. But we knew this coming into it. It was going to be a frustrating game. It wasn't going to be, a fancy, we were just going to take it right to them and bury them. We're going to have to work for this one. This is like Luton, like Scott said in the chat earlier.
Yep, and it definitely seems to be going that way. Preston with, again, some more pressure at the back, and Blades luckily able to keep it this time. But Basham, Ahmed Hodzic, Egan, Norwood, everybody getting some serious pressure from the front line of Preston right now. And it's concerning as we try to work the ball through the midfield. It's back to McBurnie, who is closer to the halfway line than he is to the penalty area. And definitely he does a good job trying to hold the ball up and retain possession. But at a certain point, you just got to be further forward because the ball's not even hitting Brewster at this point.
No.
As we try to... and a foul is given right outside the penalty area.
Okay.
Reese Norrington Davis and Potts going after the same ball, and Potts going through RND. Oh yeah, doesn't even try for the ball, just dives and shoulders his ends up shouldering his legs there.
I'm surprised we got that one because it looked like RND had lost the ball, and It was one of those deals where he looked like he lost the ball. So even though the defender clattered through him, I figured they'd just say play on.
Yep. No, I think it was that Potts just didn't make any chance
Mhm.
to go for the ball. Instead, dove right into R&D. So even if he didn't have the ball, that was definitely a foul on Potts. And so Norwood here, about 6 feet or so on towards the far touch line from the penalty area, about at the corner. Everybody lining up. The ball in and punched away by Woodman for Preston. Baldock chasing the ball, heads it back over, trying to keep it in play, but it does bounce out. A lot of heads in the area. It was actually some good whip on the ball, but unfortunately it went right to Woodman, who didn't have to move that much in order to clear that one out.
It was still a good chance, though. I mean, you got to give it credit, but the whole thing is we didn't win the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
Like after we had the chance and it got cleared away, we didn't do anything with the ball. The ball went out of play, and then Preston had a couple of throw-ins. So that's what it. And now they're back on the ball. So it's like we couldn't keep the pressure sustained. We're letting them breathe, and now they have the ball in our end.
Yep. And R&D doing a good job there to muscle the Preston player off the ball, who falls down asking for a foul, but ref does not give it.
No, there's no foul in there.
Yep, and that
no.
Yeah, Potts just trying to win one back over R&D, but easy no call there from the referee. And Reese Norrington-Davies launches it upfield, meets Brewster's head, who centers it, but Preston is able to clear it away, but only as far as Reese Norrington-Davies. We're now McBurnie being tackled in the midfield, but ref not given anything.
Is that going to be?
Yep, I was about to say Sheffield United retaining the ball back to Berga at the center circle, running forward now. He has Ahmed Hadzic on his right, who he elects to pass to, who cuts it back to Norwood, crosses it into the box, but it dips low in front of Brewster and McBurnie, and Preston's able to clear that one long.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of sustained pressure from the Blades now, so hopefully we can, work it, break their defense down, and put one home here.
Ahmed Hadzic into Ndiaye, still with the ball now. Berga at the top of the box, passes it very far out wide to Baldock, cuts it back to Norwood for a cross, and does not find a blade, and instead is cleared out by Preston. But we still maintain possession here.
Ooh, good move by Perk. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Berga put a good ball in. He made a man miss it and drove right by him, and Brewster just wasn't on the same path as Sandy Barge, and the play broke down. That should have been a chance there. That was a good effort. It looked like the Preston manager had a Budweiser up there. I don't think it's a Budweiser, but you never know. But we still had a good chance in the box. We're just not making it. We're just not taking our chances.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep. It definitely, the last 5 minutes have been a little bit more possession for the Blades, trying to work it into the box now. And it's just, again, that final pass to get in a good position that we're lacking. As the ball goes out on the far side for a Sheffield United throw in the Blades half.
Anyone trying to sync up with us, we are on 31:30 is my time on my stream. So I don't know what the differing times out there, but we have just gone past 31 and a half minutes, which it actually feels like this game's kind of flying by right now. But I mean, there really hasn't been much at either end. So there shouldn't be much stoppage time when we get to halftime,
Yep. And the Blades trying to put pressure on Preston, but they're able to find the quick pass, working it through the middle now. Fernandez passing it out wide to Hughes, back to Fernandez, and Ndiaye trying to put some pressure on. Now McBurnie applying the pressure, but it is Preston who is retaining the ball now.
That's ours, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Berga able to put Hughes under enough pressure to see that ball out for a Blades throw in, which George Baldock will take. But again, Preston not sitting back. They have 3 or 4 guys up right now trying to defend this throw-in in the Blades half of the pitch.
And we'll probably give it right back to him. And sure enough, we do.
Yep.
For a minute there, it looked like they rotated McBurnie and Brewster. McBurnie was up top, and Brewster had fallen in behind. So, oh my God.
And
Oh
a
my
poor
God.
miss from Reese Norrington Davies there as the ball came up the far touch line. He tried to dive for it and missed it. And a shot that just goes over the corner of the goal. Wes not needing to get a hand to that one, but Whiteman getting very, very close there as he makes a late run. Ball passed out to him. Just tries to pass it into that corner, and it just goes not even a foot over the bar. Very, very good attempt there from Whiteman coming in late.
Just out of nothing. It's like we don't have any pressure on the ball, and then they knock it around and it falls right to them.
Yep.
I mean, I can't see us getting a goal right.
Ahmed Hodzic with the pass in. Oh, and it hits Ndiaye, who I think is trying to lay it off for someone, but he had the time and that space to just head that into the goal. Yeah, it looked like he was passing that one off to the side, or again trying to find the far post and just not knowing where he was positioned. But and wow, cut right back from that, and it is out for another Preston corner. As I think Basham was able to tip that one over the bar as a shot from Parrott.
Long ball,
a very, very long pass.
Is that Basham getting beat like a drum?
Yeah, Basham, Parrott easily beating Basham, and Egan actually getting the foot to that one to send that one over the bar.
I mean, Bash just got beat like a drum right there. I mean, that was unbelievable. But what is this, 6-7 corners for Preston now in the first half? Jesus.
Yeah, that number is growing as Fernandez sends this one in, curving towards the goal, but it is cleared out, and Basham keeping the ball in to try to retain some possession here for the Blades, but can't beat the Preston player here, and instead has to try again.
And they give it right back to him.
I think Ollie McBurnie got ahead to that one, but it does still find a Preston player, and it is now Potts with the ball out wide on the left.
Oh man, we cannot do anything. This is why I call the 1-0 Blades win. I mean, they're not going to pull my heartstrings again and make us. Jesus, we're going to have to work for this one. That was almost a clear out from Baldock, but.
Yep, he did a good job to stay on the feet there, and Ahmed Hodzic able to see that one through for a goal kick. But
the whole thing
I like Simon's comment here. Dodging
no kidding. I mean, if Preston could score, they would be up 3-0 now. I mean, with the amount of chances they've had, we haven't had any.
Yep.
Oh,
and
man.
Josh, thanks for tuning in as a Preston fan. I'm sure we don't get too many of the away fans here, but appreciate you choosing us to listen to the game. We try to keep it biased, so if we're seeming unbiased, that's not good for us. That probably means the Blades aren't playing well.
Yeah.
But still, either way, we appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to share with your other Preston fans, and definitely, stay tuned. We'll have the rest of the match for you here with hopefully Blades goals and not Preston goals.
Yeah. I was gonna say, don't say, "Oh, we'll have the rest of the game and Preston goals." Yeah, we don't want to say that. But I mean, as the game's going right now, it only looks like one team's going to score. No, undoubtedly, we don't look like we could put. I mean, if the goal was the entire length of the touchline, we couldn't score.
Yeah. And another good opportunity here. Whiteman with the ball in the box, and it is Ahmed Hodzic who is able to get in front of that one, and it goes out for a Preston throw on the far side. But, yeah, a lot of really good quick passes. I think that was Lindsay maybe who was up there passing that one off to him, or maybe Brown. But, yeah, either way, a lot of really good attacking play from Preston, just not quite threatening Wes yet, but they keep getting closer. The balls over the top are getting closer and closer to hitting the woodwork, and these corners and throw-ins are getting more and more dangerous as the half rolls on into the 38th minute now, and the Blades now have it. Ball over for Sander Berge, but midfield traffic, and Lindsay easily able to take the ball from Sander. No real threat there from the Blades.
No, God, no. We carried the ball about 10, 15 yards and gave it right back away. But we just need halftime. We need halftime so bad. Halftime so bad. I don't think the two strikers up front are going to work for us.
Yep.
Did that go out for a corner?
Yep. Yes. It is a corner. Baldock trying to cross that one in, but looked like it was maybe Story who got in front of that one.
I'm celebrating like we scored a goal and we just got a corner.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Norwood walking over to take this one in.
I'd take it about 45 minutes. I'd wait about another, 7 minutes to take this. I'd have a cigarette. I'd fall down. Have to readjust my boot.
Just hit 79 minutes, so at least 6 more in the half.
Whoa.
Ball goes in, and it gets past the first Preston defender, but Bash not able to get ahead to it, and we are able to retain possession here. Reece Davies at the center circle now, working back up the midfield, looking to find a pass, but Preston with 4 guys, they're just easily able to clear that one. And
he tried to take on the whole damn team.
Yep.
I mean, he went in there like a charging bull, and then he got marked right there. 4 guys stepped out.
Ooh, and the ball from Norwood way over the top there. But Ndiaye has the ball.
Hit it!
Go!
Off
the post, and it's in!
Get in! Come on! Get in! Get in! That's all we needed. Get in, baby. I thought he pinged it off the post and it was going to come back out. I thought he pinged it off the post and it was coming back out. Oh, my God. Get in.
What a deceptive camera angle. So the long ball from Norwood, looking for McBurnie, can't find him, but Preston tries to clear it. They get caught between 2 of their own guys. Ndiaye works it around Lindsay, gets the shot in, hits off the post, and it goes into the far corner. Wow. Woodman not able to do anything there, and it looked like it was Whiteman and Lindsay that Ndiaye was able to take on, and a great individual effort here. Some more strength and skill from Iliman Ndiaye. And just gorgeous stuff. And again, with that camera angle, it looked like it went off the post and was coming right back out. I'm like, okay, McBurnie, Brewster, somebody get on that. But then all of a sudden the net bulges and we're celebrating a 1-0 Blades lead out of nowhere, seemingly.
I've got to play it. I Iliman Ndiaye. Wow, man. Ooh. What a whew. All right, now we need to get to halftime. Halftime now needs to come. Okay, everybody in the chat, just chill. Just chill. We're okay. We're good. I thought we were dead and buried, and we were going to lose this 5-0, but here we are. Blades back on top. It's 1-0 to the Mighty Blades. Top the table. Let's go. Oh, man. So incredibly crazy, man. I mean, against the run of play, I'd say, too.
Definitely.
Totally against the run of play.
Preston has certainly been the better side this first half. More possession, more shots, more corners. But the goals are what matters. I saw someone early on in the match in the chat saying, doesn't matter all this possession stats, doesn't matter the shots and shots on goal. What matters is the 1-0 score line. Sheffield United beating Preston. We are in the 43rd minute. Ahmed Hadjic, which a great pass here to Brewster, who is taken down, but it looked like the Preston player got the ball. But Berge now with ball out wide, dinks it over, and Ahmed Hadjic was there, but is not able to get to that one, and the ball is out for a Blades corner on the far side.
I've got to put this up. Sorry, Josh. Sorry. We had
Yep.
I mean, it was fun while it lasted. But
Yep.
thanks for still watching if you are and listening. Whew, man.
Yep, we still appreciate you stopping by, Josh, and to everyone else who's watching. I think we got 146 folks watching right now. If you haven't already, this is a great time to remind you before Norwood takes this corner to like the video, subscribe to the Sheff United Way, as Norwood's corner comes in, and it is Basham who gets ahead to it on the far side, but Woodman's able to punch the second chance clear there, and it does meet a Blades player as Basham is now working on the right-hand side, finds Berga in plenty of space in the middle now, and works it into the box, crosses it in low, and and Ndiaye almost had a second one there, and it just hit, guessing off of Woodman's foot, because I don't think he had his hand over there yet.
No,
wow,
I
what
don't
a great
know.
opportunity
Really
there.
well worked by Sandy Barge here. Just swings it in. Bang. Ooh, I don't know. It's almost like the upright was in the way, but hold on, we'll get another look at it. It was the right foot. That's Oh man, kept it up. That would have been 2-0. That would have been game over.
Norwood, of course, trying the long shot there afterwards that sails miles over the bar. But yes, as I was saying, like the video, subscribe to the Sheff United Way. Right now, the more people that like this video, the more you can share the live stream, the watch along. We can get this Blades atmosphere building. Again, we don't mind away fans in the chat watching us, but as Preston are on the attack, and it looks like it's going to be out for another Preston corner. But definitely we want to keep the Blades hype train rolling here.
Yep, that's for sure. And if you haven't listened to my and Noah's podcast, and we could almost incorporate Robert into this as a third part of this, the Red Half of Sheffield, give it a listen, a like, and a share for your other Blades fans. If you guys like the two Yank Blades discussing the Sheffield United Blades, give it a listen and give it a like, please.
Yep. So we are now into stoppage time in the first half. Preston with the ball, but it is going to go out for a Blades goal kick. And yeah, just wow, out of nowhere, still reeling. Hit the like, guys. Yes, absolutely, Scott.
What Scott said right here. Hit the like. Did you happen to see how much time went up on added time? This last 5 minutes has all been a blur to me. So I'm trying to get myself, in check here while we go to halftime. I wouldn't imagine there'd be too much. I think that's it.
Yep.
I think they blew for
everybody's
halftime.
Walking, so just the minute. But yes, it is halftime now at Deepdale, where Sheffield United are leading 1-0 against Preston North End. A kind of out of nowhere goal. Great individual effort from Iliman Ndiaye, and the Blades have the lead.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, against the run of play for me. I mean, out of nowhere. And, I'm okay with it. We hadn't played the best for a good majority of that first half, but a little mess at the back falls to Illy, and he bangs it home. And like me and Robert said, it almost looked like the ball was going to come out from the angle of the camera here on SUTV. It looked as if he just slammed it off the post, and it was going to come back out, and somebody who had to be there to clean it up. But nonetheless, it pinged in off the post and slotted it home, and Blazer up 1-0 at half, and I'll take it. Yeah. Okay, considering the team we're playing have only scored 3 goals, and you got to like our chances to be able to see this out. But Preston has had so many chances in this first half; they're going to come out with their hair on fire. Honestly, So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did go and get a goal. The way they played in the first half, they're almost deserve of a goal. But, our defense is so tight at the back, and we have that good link up, it's hard for them to, break us down. Even when they get in behind, they don't really do much.
Yep. Yep. So as it stands right now, Blades are up 1-0. Preston definitely with a good first half. And I can see if I can pull up the stats here to run over those quickly. So at halftime, Preston with 12 shots to our 6, 1 shot on target to Sheffield United's 2. They had 57% possession to the Blades 43%. About equal pass accuracy, around 82, 81%. 4 fouls to 3, 1 yellow card for Preston for that really, really poor challenge on Reece Norrington-Davies. Or no, it was Iliman Ndiaye who got cleared out there. And 6 corners to 2 for Preston. So definitely leading the shots and the corners battle with a little bit more possession. Definitely felt like they were the better team in the first half, but Blades and Iliman Ndiaye with the goal to take the halftime lead. So,
yeah.
And
Ooh,
just
man.
looking, a lot of folks have put some other scores in the chat. So I'm going to quickly pull up my to see what the other scores are around the league.
Norwich are down 1-0 to the Steve Bruce. They need to get sacked. He needs to get sacked at West Brom, but West Brom take the lead against Norwich. Millwall, Blackpool 1-1. Full time from earlier, 12:30 kickoff. Swansea beat Hull 3-0. Level between Birmingham and Coventry. That's a little bit of a derby. Burnley and Bristol City halftime 1-1. Huddersfield, Cardiff halftime 1-0 to Huddersfield. Halftime between Luton and Blackburn 0-0. Millwall, as I alluded to, Millwall and Blackpool 1-1. The scoreline everybody cares about right now: Norwich 0, West Brom 1. Actually, I spoke wrong of that sentence. The scoreline everybody cares about: Preston 0, Blades 1, halftime. QPR 0, Stoke 0. Watford, an interesting scoreline against my second favorite team, Sunderland, 1-1 at halftime. So Sunderland pulled one back. Wigan lead, Reading 0-0 halftime. And then the late kickoff, Chrissy Wilder's Borough against Rotherham. That is a 7:45 kickoff for you guys over in jolly old England. 2:45 kickoff. So that is the late fixture this afternoon.
Yep. So as the table stands with those results, that leaves the Blades 4 points clear at the top of the table over Norwich. If we can maintain a 3-point match and Norwich loses, that would be big. That would be huge. As Scott is pointing out here, it would put us 4 points clear of Norwich, 7 points clear of third place. Again, that's promotion form, right? That is a team that is not playing well like we were midweek, who has found a way to get a goal in the first half against the run of play, as we'd all say. And just some individual effort here this time from Iliman Ndiaye, who's kind of had a quiet couple games, I would say, the last couple matches. I don't know if you'd agree with that.
Yeah, I would agree with it. He's kind of gone, missing in for parts. Him and Sandy Barge, they've been not really there. But I mean, it only takes one moment of brilliance for him to pop up on the scene and bang, he hits the goal and he gets us in front. So I'm okay with that. You don't have to play your best every single game. All it takes is 10 seconds of brilliance to put us in front. Oh man, I can't believe, I'm going to want this second half to go by so fast because I keep looking at the table and it's like 4 points clear, 7 points of third. Wow. I mean, you got to think 7 points. We could lose 2 in a row and still be a point clear of third.
Yep, 7 points, massive gap, because that gives you two games at least leeway and still being ahead of the teams that are behind you. So I do want to give some shout outs here to folks who are joining us across the globe. Johan, you are watching in from Barcelona. I am sure I'm saying that wrong, but greetings to you, and Shang Liu from Beijing. So
Wow.
we, of course, are over here in the good old US of A, giving you our alternative American Blades commentary on the match today. But definitely drop down in the chat where you guys are watching from. Always cool to see kind of the global presence that Sheffield United has. As definitely not one of the traditional big six clubs in England. We're not top of the table in any of the European leagues by any stretch of the imagination. As much as we'd like to be in continental competitions in Europe to be able to keep Sander Berge, that's not where the Blades are at this point. So to see all of this international following for Sheffield United is really cool. So John calling in from Austin, Texas. Great city. I haven't visited Austin, but it's on the short list of places I want to go.
So fun. I've had some beers, plenty of beers in Austin, Texas. That is that is a great city.
Yep. Marcus is calling in from Leeds. Ben from Ibiza. I'm guessing that's in. I don't know my geography that well, but is that in Spain?
I'll get us a globe for next week, and then we'll just spin it and be like, okay, they're calling in the chat from.
Yeah. Also, yes, Simon, I have somehow turned into a late night talk show disc jockey, channeling my inner Hal by having everybody call in. Now, where are you joining us in the chat? Where are you watching from? I got to get the terminology right. Jacob is in Bradford, but he's a Sheffield-born Blade, so good to see you there, Jacob. KJ watching from South Africa. Yeah, there we go. Awesome to see some South African love for Sheffield United. Ben, yes, telling us it is Spain.
You got it.
I got it right. I've seen it somewhere, I'm sure. Lecker, KJ, Barnsley, Samuel, Scott calling in. I said it again. Watching from Barnsley.
Get the phones out. Yep. Dial us up.
Wayne is watching from Kingsland, Norfolk. So not too far away from Sheffield and the other team that we're carrying a lot about their scoreline, Norwich, just a little bit further over to the coast. Tom is in Sheffield, 5 minutes from beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. Jonathan calling in from Derbyshire. Hope, I'm guessing that's the village you're calling in from there. Adrian watching from Germany. Fun country over there. Had a wedding that I went to in Germany, and that was a blast. Speaking of lots of beers, Chad. Yeah, that's a place where you're gonna drink a lot of beers. Let's see. We got sunny Sussex by the sea for Eric. Jonathan is watching from Singapore. Man, these are some cool exotic places that you guys are from.
Wow. Yeah,
sorry, I'm just getting really excited here.
Yeah, this is nuts, man. That is insane.
Yep. Exotic Derby for Scott. Yes, it's still exotic. I've never been there, so it's exotic to me. Bob is from Tweedbank in Scotland. Good old Scotland.
Scotland,
and that's
on the line.
Only accent you're going to get from me today.
Scotland. Bloody Scotland.
Yep. Sam is from Ireland in Kerry. And then Dublin Blade. What? You're in Dublin?
Oh, man. I had no idea. I would have thought he would have been in somewhere in the United States.
Yeah. There's a Dublin, Ohio. It's not that far from where I used to live. So, yes, that's awesome to see Dublin Blade. And then RV is watching from India. Sid watching from the Isle of Wight, but was born in Sheffield. John is watching from Blackpool. Nicholas Gray from Kirkby and Ashfield. I don't know where Ashfield is. I recognize a lot of these places, but let's see. We've got someone from Sussex, Hastings, Duffus, Scotland. I'm sure I'm saying these places wrong. Richard watching from Perth, Australia. So that's probably the farthest away, I would say, at least from us, is Perth. Maybe
Yeah.
Singapore, depending on
Yeah.
which way you travel around the globe. Scott, you're not watching from Ndiaye. You're just talking about Ndiaye. I don't know why I clicked on that. It's halftime. We're having fun. Khan is watching from Pakistan. Tim, Ching En Mai, Thailand. Ooh,
wow.
Very exciting.
Wow. Damn. Wow, this
Cool.
is there's a lot of people from all over the world. Wow. It's incredible to see, the support for the Blades, because it's crazy to think about. Over here you have the supporters from America. When you go to the bars and just watch like the games, you'll see everybody roots for the top 6 teams in England. And then when you actually have expats over here and you go to a bar and you have a Blade shirt on, they're like, "Oh, Sheffield United, that's weird. I never thought I'd see that." But it's crazy how like vast our supporters group is, tied to this club all over the globe. It's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I actually had a really cool run-in this week, right after the Swansea match. So I'm wearing the Blades shirt, and I'm walking from the pool inside the little clubhouse at the resort I was staying at down in Florida, and walk in, and all of a sudden someone just out of nowhere is like, "Sheffield United," and it's this Italian guy who's on vacation with his wife. They live in the UK, and he's a Blades supporter. And
Really?
he was just like, "I've never see Sheffield United stuff." And he asked me where I was from in the UK. I'm like, "Well, I'm not,"
Yeah.
as the accent dictates. But no, it was really cool. And so he was like, "I got to tell my friends back home." So we took a picture together. So it was really cool to see. And then of course, all the folks working at the resort were like, "Wait, are you famous?" Because he was asking me for my picture. I'm like, "No, I'm not that famous. I do know Noah and Chad from the Red Half of Sheffield, but I don't think that makes me famous."
Yeah.
So
That doesn't get you any. That doesn't
yeah,
get you any street cred.
but yeah, so I thought that was just a really cool moment, and again, one of those examples where you just never know where a Blades fan's going to pop up, but whatever it does, it's always cool and exciting to see, and yeah, just a good time. As of course we've worked our way through halftime. The lads are now coming out of the tunnel doing their pre-second half warm-ups. But any predictions for the second half before we get underway?
I think it's going to be, now that we got that goal in the first half, I think it's going to be tougher for Preston. Obviously, they're probably going to have more pressure in this second half on our back line.
Mm-hmm.
Is it about, can we play the entirety of the second half? Because it doesn't look like we're going to make any changes. Can we be defensively sound at the back? Because, we had a couple of lapses, but it looked like Preston had been inept at scoring goals, because the amount of chances they had, they easily could have been a goal up. So if we can say defensively sound, I think we should be all right with this 1-0 scoreline. Hopefully we can add another one and, go on, get 2 or 3. I'd like to do that. I'd like to get 2 or 3.
Yeah. And I'm seeing some good score predictions for the full-time score. 3-1 Blades, that would be a good prediction. Wayne's still holding on to the 4-0. It's possible. We haven't conceded a goal yet, so definitely still on the cards. Let's see, John with the 2-1 to United. Folks asking about Rian. I think Rian's been pretty good. I don't know if you have any specific comments about how he's been playing so far. But
he's
I
been
thought he's
been
pretty
all
decent.
right. Yeah, he's been all okay. I mean, he's been, he really hasn't done, I wouldn't say much, because we really haven't done anything going forward, to be honest with you. So, I mean, he's just been kind of around. He's had a couple of, helping out back in defense more than he has attacking moves. So,
Yeah,
it's okay. I mean,
Yep.
if this scoreline keeps up, I'm assuming that we're gonna, take the strikers off and probably go more defensively sound, or just keep one in
Hmm.
or one up front and go more in the midfield and defensively.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see some substitutions not too long into this one. As we are underway in the second half, just to give everybody a kind of time check, we are right now on 46 minutes. So if you want to try to sync up your stream, we of course are watching on SUTV Live as we get access to that over here in the United States. And right now, nothing too crazy happening. A couple throw-ins so far in the first minute 20 seconds of the second half.
Yeah. And we might as well give the plug before we get too far into the half. If you haven't followed the Chef United Way and this is your first time watching, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't heard my podcast, me and Noah, who's not here, give our podcast a listen. The Red Half of Sheffield, give it a follow, give it a like on Twitter, do all that good stuff. We're even in this. If you guys feel like we're doing such a great job, you want to send us some donations, any monetary donations you want to, go ahead, hit that however much you want to give us. We'll take anything. It just helps with us paying for stuff behind the scenes that you guys can't see. And it just makes the whole system work a lot better. So, yeah, appreciate everybody in the chat. It says we got about 130 eyes on us right now, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, want to echo that. Definitely thank you to everybody who's watched so far, who's liked the stream, shared it with your friends who are joining in. Again, as we saw over halftime, so many folks watching from all across the world. So really appreciate it. It makes these watch-alongs fun when you guys get involved in the chat. We can talk about the Blades, talk about the match, as the Blades do have possession now. Sander Berger working it in the box, passing it out wide to Anel Ahmedhodzic, who finds Baldock, who crosses it in, and wow, that was close to the far post. McBurnie was making a late run, and I don't know if that one looked closer to going into the goal or being a cross.
That was that had some smoke behind it from Georgie. That was
Yeah.
never going to go in, but I mean, I would have liked to think it was probably a cross in one of the. I mean, McBurnie was at the back post, but the amount of smoke that had on it, there was no way anybody was getting on the end of that.
Yeah. Yep. But good stuff. Good possession there from the Blades to start off the half. Hopefully a little bit stronger than we played most of the first half. But it is Preston now with the ball, working it up. And we were able to luckily get a foot in to that cross and get it clear now to the midfield. Brewster trying to kick it out wide to find Baldock on the far side as the Blades are attacking from right to left. Brewster with the ball, holds it up. Nice back heel flick to Baldock, but his first touch is a little heavy, and it takes him right into number 16, Hughes, for Preston, who goes down, and the ref calls a foul there.
I mean, that would have been if Georgia wouldn't have kept his run up, that would have been a throw into us because they just cleared it out because we put them under immense pressure, and you know we look a lot better coming out of the gates in the second half. I mean, our link up play has been a lot better, but just a little bit reckless there from Georgia to give away the free kick.
Yep. Preston now with the ball, working down the near touch line as they go from left to right. Emil Rees-Jakobsen and others trying to get involved here, but between Basham and Reese Norrington Davis were able to win the ball and clear that one upfield. But again, not able to really beat the first line of Preston defense there, as the ball does eventually find its way out for a Sheffield United throw in on the halfway line. I like this comment from Simon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would be inclined to agree. I mean, we're not even going to touch Tufty Clever Blades Pod. That's we'll take our place, on third in the podium. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we got to get you guys in for one of those like streamer award things that Hal and Nick have won so many of last year.
That would be cool. But I mean, considering where me and Noah started when we started this thing, we would have had no idea that it would have led to opportunities like this. Obviously, he had some other personal things going on in his life today, so he wasn't able to do it. But week in and week out, it's basically me and him. We would have never had any idea when Nick reached out to us and told us to or asked us if we wanted to do this. Yeah, it was an opportunity. We both it was like a reality check. Like, are we dreaming? This has to be a dream. But yeah, I mean, it would have been. It's crazy that I think we're in amongst our third season of the Red Half of Sheffield, and it has just grown exponentially. And it's thanks to people like yourself, Robert, and people in the chat that give it a listen and a like and share it with their fellow Blades supporters.
Absolutely. Yes, it's definitely an amazing opportunity. And yeah, getting to chat about the Blades with other fans live on the watch-alongs as the games are going on. It's just something that's cool, something unique that not everybody gets to do. So, yeah, it is time check for everybody. We're at 51:35 on the clock as Preston have a throw in after that free kick leads to nothing, a good clear from the Blades. And Baldock putting in some good tackles, some Preston players going down, but no fouls being called as Norwood tries to clear it upfield, but it takes a nick off a Preston defender who tries to pass it back to his own players, but it finds Ollie McBurnie instead. And so the Blades do retain possession in the midfield. The pass from Ndiaye a little heavy over to Sanderberga, and Preston's able to get that one as they pass up top on the counterattack. Ahmed Hodgetts falls down between him and Egan, but eventually they win the ball, and it is Basham who is able to clear it. And the foul is finally called as I'm not sure who it is, but I think Emil Rees Jakobsen runs clear into Basham, who goes down, and the referee does call it back for a foul on the edge of the penalty area. So,
and he wanted a penalty to Preston. I mean, how is that going to be a penalty when you absolutely clatter through one of the Blades? There's no way.
Yeah, doesn't make an attempt on the ball. Just goes right for Basham's hip and knee, takes him out, clear foul.
I mean, and we're at that time of the game too where the camera is real funny because it's dark and sunny.
Yep, the two halves.
It just never really, the camera never really focuses. So like, we're in shade right now, and they just lump the ball down the field, and it's going out for a Preston throw in, but it's all in like the shade, and the camera lens never adjusts to it, so it's kind of really weird.
Yeah. Yep. Shade on the near touch line, sunny on the far touch line. So if I say attacking into the sun or into the shade, that's what we're talking about. So, but it is Blades who have won possession off the Preston throw in, trying to get the ball headed down, and it is Norwood who puts it back up forward. Preston trying to clear it, but can't find anyone other than Ollie McBurnie, and Norwood does eventually lump a ball forward, but to no red and white shirts, and Preston passes it clear up the field now, working down their left-hand side. Fernandez with the long flowing hair passes it in, and it looked like Emil Rees Jakobsen tried a first-time layoff pass, but no one was making that late run. And so the Blades were able to clear from that attack.
Yeah, I mean, nope. Nobody home. Yeah, there's Preston's starting to get back on the front foot like they were a majority of the first half. So, hopefully we can stem the tide and get a little bit more possession. I mean, we look better, but since we went ahead near the end of the first half, we looked much better. So we've continued that, but Preston have also upped their game as they need to, trailing by a goal.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and so that play there, a long cross that Reese Norrington-Davis does a very nice job to see out for a Blades throw in, but it was deep in our half as we try to work the ball out now. Ball kind of caught between defense and midfield right now, and it is kicked out and deflects out for another Blades throw in on the far side now. But yeah, I'm liking the comments here. Blades fans sounding good. I don't think either of us have the sound on from the game because that'd just be a little bit too much in the ears as we're trying to comment. But definitely give us a vibe of what that atmosphere is like there. I am sure it's got to be a raucous, fun time with the lead after that Iliman Ndiaye goal on the 41st minute in the first half.
I mean, Jack even says there's 5,600 blades, which, I mean, that's pretty good traveling away support, to Preston. I know a lot of the podcasters, aka Blades Pods, were going to this as their first away match of the season. So, I'm looking, the away support looks like it's strong and boisterous, but like you said,
Yeah.
too much to you said, we can't hear because we have the sound turned down.
Yep. Yes. And Preston now trying to pass the ball over the top, but looked like Egan did a good job to get ahead to that one. And so a couple quick passes here, and the ball finds its way out to Brewster on the far side between him and McBurnie, trying to work the ball forward. And the Blades do win a throw in. George Baldock looking like he's going to take this one on.
The one thing is with the sunshine on the far side of the pitch, when the sun shines off the kits, they all look the same.
Yes, it is. It is a little hard to discern the white top of Preston and the red and white top of Sheffield United as the red kind of fades away in that really bright sun, at least from this far camera angle.
Yeah, that's weird. It's you would think you'd be able to distinguish between the two teams, but no, when the sun glares on the shirts, they all go away.
Yep. Could have been a good opportunity maybe to see that third kit we haven't worn yet this season, the nice sleek black with the gold trim. But I'm sure the team is saving that for a special occasion. I just hope it's sooner rather than later, because I was real excited when I saw that third kit get announced, and really want to see the team in that one.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we've waited, so long. They haven't even put it on sale in the club shop yet for pre-order. Everybody's chomping at the bit because I think it's going to sell out right when it goes on sale, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool to see us debut that kit at some point.
Yeah, it's giving me vibes of the like green and gold one we had a few years back. That was a really cool kit. Definitely wanted to get my hands on one of those, but like you said, the cool alternate jerseys always sell out really fast. Yeah. So.
Oh.
But here we are now working the ball in. Brewster, it falls to him after a little bit of interplay between Ndiaye and McBurnie, and he just wildly swings a boot at that, and it goes miles over the bar. McBurnie trying to pass to Ndiaye, who it's a little behind him, so he tries to flick it on, and it falls right to Brewster, who had acres of space, acres of time. I don't think acre is a good measure of time, but you know what I mean. and just doesn't do anything good with that. So.
Yeah, he's got to do better than that. That was like the ball fell to him and he just swung his peg at it, and that was it.
Yep. And now Preston with Potts working the ball, crosses it into the box, but the ball is looped up, and Wes is easily able to catch that one a few feet in front of the goal. So we are into the 60th minute now of play. It is still Sheffield United 1, Preston 0, and it is Chris Basham working up the left-hand side. How do you think about Basham playing on the left, kind of last game in this game?
I mean, he really doesn't have any choice now with Max Lowe being out. Mm-hmm. I mean, that has to be his position in the squad until, we get somebody back healthy so we could slot R&D back in that position, because he was almost a damn world beater in that position, until Lowe went down, and now R&D has to take over for Lowe, so that slots Basham in. So I think he's done fine. I mean, yeah. Not anything that would put up any warning flags or warning signs to me.
Yeah. And I think it was one of those you saw last match where Anel Ahmedhodzic in the first half was playing on the left with Bash on the right. And then at halftime, they swapped. And it definitely felt a little bit more natural to have Ahmedhodzic on the right. I think he just loses too much of his potency on the left, whereas Basham is kind of just a defender and a good defender on either side. And the amount that you lose from him not being on the right is kind of nil compared to Ahmed Hadzic.
Yeah, Bash is
As
more like a Swiss Army knife.
yeah, exactly. He could play midfield. He could play center
Anywhere.
back. He could play a little bit of right wing back, as we saw in one match early on this season. So it is a Blades throw in, I believe, but deep in our half. So Basham only about 6 yards away from the corner flag, looking to throw this one and get it out of the Blades half of the field. But
Man, we
Preston
just
able to
cannot-
win it, heads into the box, but we were able to clear it out. And Ndiaye now trying to work with Brewster and does well to find McBurnie, who was fouled about 6 yards before the halfway line. And so it'll be a Blades free kick. And Hughes for Preston looking like he may have pulled something a little bit there as he stepped into that challenge.
What happened here? Did we get a corner?
I think we took a quick free kick as they were showing that replay, and Lindsay able to push that one out. It looked like Reece Norrington-Davis was making a very, very quick run into the box. Woodman not able to get to that one before Lindsay has to put it out for a Sheffield United corner.
I mean, it seems like the replays are taking extra long today, and it's just like delaying. Like we've missed so much.
Yeah.
So many
There's
times.
been a couple different opportunities in the first half and the second half where, while seeing a replay or a highlight of something, we've missed one of the two teams lumping the ball forward, and all of a sudden it's out for a free kick or a corner or something.
Ooh. Yeah, he looks like 16. Looks like he's down injured. I don't know if they're going to take him off, or I'm assuming that's what the delay. Oh yeah, he's still down on the floor.
Yep. So Hughes for Preston getting some work done on him.
Gyrating his hips and his knees and everything. This is almost an added drinks break here. This is going to add on. We'll probably have 25 minutes of added time, and this is halftime of the second half here as we gyrate the hips of Hughes laying on the floor.
Yep,
and
almost feels
Blades have a corner.
A little bit like American football, where you've got the quarters instead of the halves, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, we're on 63:05, so we've got less than a half hour left of this match. So let's see what we got.
Yep, as Norwood steps back to take the corner. Looking in, quite a few players in the box, most of them by the back post. Only really Iliman Ndiaye kind of near the keeper towards the front post. One hand up, and ball is in and hits Woodman. But I think the ref is calling a foul or something beforehand, before Norwood kicked that one, because it looks like we're about to redo this corner.
Yeah. It kind of looked like halfway after he took the kick, they blew for, hold up. That wasn't.
Yeah. So
too much time.
Fernandez and Ndiaye kind of going at it a little bit, I guess, off screen. But Norwood now again with the corner, ball whipped in, and it sneaks through. Woodman able to be in front of that one. Brewster crossing it far, but McBurnie is met behind, and Preston heads that one out for a Blades corner on the far side now. But wow, what happened here?
It's so tough to see because of the camera angle. Who flicked that on?
I think it just missed both. I'm guessing. I think it might have been John Egan or whoever was attacking that front post, and the Preston player. It missed both of them, and Woodman happened to be right in front of it and able to get a body in front of that. And as the second corner comes in from the far side, Woodman punches it clear, and Preston now working the counterattack with Troy Parrott in the midfield, passing it forward now, and eventually Ahmed Hadzic makes the run back, wins the ball, passes to Wes, who clears it long, and Blades at least see that counterattacking threat out for now, as a foul is called. Ndiaye on Parrott, just a few yards inside the Blades half.
Yeah, that's like I said, it's just weird because the sun angle's like halfway through the pitch right now. So when
Hmm.
that shot came in, you really couldn't see that we had an attacking player. Then you see the goalkeeper make a save, and it's like, what happened? And even when they showed the replay, you couldn't even see it. It
Yep.
wasn't like it was a zoomed in camera angle.
Yep. Yeah. The first corner from Norwood there that almost went in, it was very low, whipped corner. And since it missed both players for each team there, Woodman really just was lucky that he was standing in the right spot. If he had been maybe a foot or two towards the post or away from the post than he was, that could have easily snuck in. And we're looking at 2-0 Blades. But as it is, Preston now with the ball, long cross to the far side, and a cross now into the box. West goes up and is able to catch it over Chris Basham's head. No Preston players near that one, luckily. And we're 67 in the 67th minute now. Blades still 1-0 up and looking to make the first substitution of the game as Doyle is getting warmed up on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean that'd be a good change. We're gonna change it up a little. I wonder if we're gonna take one of the strikers off. I wonder if McBurnie or Brewster comes off. If I had to bet, I would imagine Brewster probably comes off.
Mm-hmm. He
For
seems
Doyle.
to be a little bit out of this game. Ndiaye and McBurnie have linked up a couple times nicely,
Mhm.
and Brewster too, for that matter. But I think maybe that really, really poor kick over the bar, whatever we're calling it, a swing of a boot.
Yeah,
That attempt, I think, may have sealed his fate as the first substitution of the match, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah. That's I would agree with that. If you, I mean, you guys can't see, but I look like a duck on water right now. Calm at the top, but my legs are shaking like a duck trying to paddle in water like this.
Oh,
Um,
that's a great image.
Yeah, that's because people could probably see my string on my headphones going up and down. Is that a free kick to the
Yep, I think
Blades?
Ndiaye does well to win a free kick there. Brown trying to run past Ndiaye, and Ndiaye just kind of stays in his way and is able to win a free kick here. Um, and I think Brown's a little upset because Norwood might have nicked him as right before he ran into Ndiaye. So substitution time. Doyle coming
Yep.
on, and it is Riem Brewster going off, giving the fans a round of applause on the 68th minute now, as we are taking this opportunity to go do a quick score check, because I'm seeing from Scott that maybe Norwich have equalized in their
11.
match.
It's okay. It's all good though. It's all good. We're still 3 points clear. It's all good. I mean, they can't take the lead if they win anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. Um, because it's basically Norwich's league to win anyway. Basically, if you listen to any pundits or podcasts, they all have. They don't even talk about the Blades. They talk more about Norwich than they do us. But it is what it is. I'll take it. I'll go as an underdog.
Yep. So it does look like it is Norwich 1, West Brom 1 as well, which just means that our lead at the top of the table isn't growing as much if our result holds and if their result holds now. But about to get back underway now. Doyle on the pitch, Brewster off for Sheffield United. Any other substitutions you think we could make here as we
Um,
near 70 minutes?
well, you know, I would like to. I'd like to do what Wayne says. Get Billy on. Probably in like the 89th minute, 99th minute, because we'll have like 9 or 10 minutes of added time. I already can see that coming.
Mm,
But you know, I don't really know right now. Sandy Barge might come out. We might just change around the midfield a little bit.
right.
If Billy comes on for a late cameo, McBurnie coming off. I mean, because Billy's hold up play, if we clear it, is second to really none. But other than that, I think we're okay right now. We got to see how TD does in the side right now, and because he has pretty good link up play with some of our players.
Yep. And Doyle is already on the ball in the midfield right outside the box, but does lose possession there. And Preston lumping it forward, but Basham able to get the ball back to Wes, who passes it forward now to Norwood, and the Blades trying to clear the ball long. Does find Sander Berge and Ollie McBurnie's heads, and between the two of them, we do eventually win the ball back with Norwood. And I think I was just looking, it looks like Preston made a few changes too. So I'm just trying to gather what those are. Because I think they might have made 3 changes there.
Yeah, it looks like, let me draw it up and I'll give
that's
you.
A commentator's nightmare is I miss the changes and there's so many.
They've made 2. Emil Reese-Jacobson came off for Chet Evans came in, and Daniel Johnson came in for McCann. McCann got subbed up. So they made 2 changes. We made 1. So that adds another 7 minutes to the end of the game. Because now we get 7 or 5 substitutions, which I don't think in this league too many teams are able to take advantage of.
Certainly. It is tricky to use 5 substitutions and not ruin your side. But a long pass from Doyle, trying to find Reece Norrington-Davis, and a little bit of ricochet between him and Lindsay, and it does go out for a Blades throw-in. They take it quickly, and Tommy Doyle trying to get on that before it runs out for a Preston goal kick, but alas, no luck there. I do like the energy from Doyle in midfield already.
Yeah, and it almost like with TD coming in, it frees up R&D, because you see that run he just made down the left-hand side here? He made an absolute marauding run. So, I mean, that's I'm okay with that. If that frees him up, he's been almost like unbeatable. Check this out. How about this?
Iliman Ndiaye, or George Baldock rather,
Yeah.
putting good pressure on the Preston defender to try to force him to make a decision of whether to let that continue to roll. And the ricochet looked like it was going to stay in the box for the Blades, but instead some nice fancy footwork from Hughes to find, it looks like that might be Johnson, number 10, and a pullback right there from,
I think it was Egan in the book.
Yeah, looks like Egan there. So he does get a yellow card, a clear tactical foul by John Egan to stop that Preston counterattack.
Yeah, because they're kind of a little bit off to the races, but Preston's defender like carried the box closer to his goalkeeper, and we had McBurnie and Baldock closing him down, and he almost gifted us an opportunity right there in front of goal.
Yes, it certainly was dangerous from Preston's end, but it does work out for them in the long run. They do have a free kick just inside the Blades half. Not sure where that was going towards, but it is headed back out, and a second attempt rolls low and wide of the net. Does not challenge Wes at all. Looked like that was number 11, Brady. So I do think, 3 subs for Preston in that one stop there. You got 11 Brady, 10 Johnson, and 9 Evans.
Oh, okay.
Coming on for
wholesale
McCann,
changes,
Fernandez, and Jakobsen.
Yep. Wholesale changes made by Preston.
So a lumped ball forward from the goal kick by Wes, and looked like Tommy Doyle might have been able to get to that one as it falls near him, but just not able to make that run, and it is Preston now. And a very, very good tackle from Reece Norrington-Davies. Slides in, takes out all of Brown, but does get the ball, and it goes out for a Preston throw, but a very, very nice
bad at the back
play
there. Come on.
Berge winning the ball, little heavy touch, and it is Ollie McBurnie with the goal.
Get in, and he runs into the stands. Look at him. He's running into the stands. That's it, baby. Get in. Get in.
Poor mistake at the back from Preston, and Berge and McBurnie able to jump on that for another.
Get in. Out of nothing.
Yeah, so the keeper, Woodman, trying to pass it out to Hughes, who doesn't take a good touch. Sander, heavy touch, and Woodman and him go in at the same time. Sander able to poke it past him, and it falls right to Ollie McBurnie, who cannot miss from about, I don't know, 6 yards out. Yep. And just beautifully slots it into the net. No chance anyone can stop him there. Yeah, that heavy touch from Sander actually probably helped him in the long run.
Yeah, I really don't I really don't know what was like I don't know if he intentionally took that that heavy touch, but it's like okay, it works for me. Um yeah, so McBurnie with the goal and yeah, we're 2-0 up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm okay.
And
I'm okay with that.
yep, and there's the yellow card for Ollie McBurnie for running in, jumping into the stands with the fans. That's twice now he's gotten yellow cards during his celebrations. The first time I didn't think he deserved anything because he was literally just running down the sideline and the fans came to him and he got a yellow. But this time jumping over the hoarding signs, advertising signs, whatever you call those, definitely probably deserving of the yellow there.
But what like what a celebration! He scores the goal and immediately runs to the supporters.
Yep.
That is a great thing to do to celebrate with the supporters, the people that have slagged you off since you've been here, and you go and show them love. Like,
Yep.
I mean, nothing better than that. I mean, he is growing on me every single game.
Oh, and another
I mean,
opportunity here. Reese Norrington Davis. Oh, and just takes a little bit too long. A beautiful opportunity there for R&D. Berga with so much time and space. Tommy Doyle letting that pass from Sander run through, and R&D just trying to get it on the right foot. Not able to take it as quick as he needed to. And it looks like it was, Lindsay again getting back for Preston to get in the way of that one. So it goes out for another Blades corner. Norwood going to take a quick sip of water
I
before
agree with
taking this
Gibbo
one.
42. I agree with Gibbo 42.
Yes.
We are going to wreak havoc.
Corner in from Norwood. And, Basham trying to get that one on the rebound. Another one low, meets a Preston defender. And Preston is away, but only as far as R&D, who sees that one out at the halfway line for a throw in. Good, calm defending there.
Yeah, just calm it down. He saw Hecky over there. He's like, here, Gaffer, here, have this ball. Since you got us, you know, you got us top the league. Look at the Blades fans are in full voice, top of the league, 2-0 against a side that had only given up 2 goals all season. See, I think we are the team in this league that are exposing all these teams that they say, oh, Preston, they don't concede very many. 2 goals. Reading, Hull, all these teams that were up top of the league, we've gone and smashed them. So, I mean, I hate to be too like over the top right now, but I can't help but be. I mean, we're out there simply dominating every game. Yep. I mean, now the last couple of games, Swansea, last minute winner. This one, it had been hard for the most of the first half. That's what she said. But we went and got our goal, and then we got a second goal in the second half, and it's night. Time to go to sleep. Bye. Let's warm up the buses here. We got 11 minutes left, but there's probably 28 minutes ahead of time anyway, so we still probably got about a half hour.
Yep. No, definitely great comments there. Great thoughts. I mean, I'm even thinking about Swansea. Yes, it was a late, 94th minute winning goal that won it for us. But even on the possession stats, Swansea is like, 70-30 always ahead in possession. And we kept it pretty even with them. I think we were near 50-50, if I remember correctly, by the end of it. So definitely we just find a way to show the rest of the league what each of these teams actually can be bad at when everybody else is claiming that they're really good at this or that. So yeah, exposing Preston here, that a team with a really good record of, no goals for, no goals against, and we put 2 past them. So definitely exciting stuff as we've just hit the 80th minute. So 10 minutes to go in regular time. Of course, there will be some stoppage time, a couple folks down with some medical attention, and another goal, the substitution. So definitely.
I won't, Simon. I won't. I'm trying not to. I don't want to be cocky. I still want to be humble, but it's so impressive from what I'm seeing from this team right now. It's just like, it's crazy. It's like this team a year ago was awful, and we haven't changed many players, and we're just absolutely taking this league by the scruff of the neck, man. It's impressive.
Yep, and it is definitely a another really good performance. We've worked our way into this, and here it
The
is,
skipper.
the
The
man,
skipper.
the myth,
Oh,
the legend, Billy the Goat Sharp,
glad to see the
greatest of all
skipper.
time. And he is
Oh,
coming on for goal scorer extraordinaire Ollie McBurnie. And yeah, just awesome to see Billy back and healthy on the grass, as Hecky likes to say, and now on the pitch.
he's
Uh,
finally he's off the grass and now on the pitch.
yep. So, and it looks like Preston's making a couple more changes here, with Parrott coming off as well as Potts. So that's their 5 substitutions. Um, but yeah, exciting stuff to see Billy now with the last 10 plus minutes, and maybe a third goal.
Yeah,
It would ruin my
hopefully.
2-0 prediction, but I don't care. Goal
Yeah,
difference.
mine's long since gone out the window. 2-0. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see a skipper come on and get one. I mean, he's due one. How this has been what, 6 months since we've seen the skipper?
Yeah, I think we didn't. I feel
April?
like we saw him in preseason a little bit, and maybe one game, but
Ah,
then
yeah.
he
Yeah, that's true.
he did go right back to
Oh,
the
yeah, that's right.
injured
That is
list.
right. Yeah, so it's less than that. I think did he start Watford?
He
Did he
he
start
might
against
have.
Watford? Yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
think that's where he made an appearance. So, but we are now in the attacking third. Tommy Doyle standing over this free kick from the far side, loops it in, and it is Billy Sharp on the back post who gets ahead to it, centers it, but no Blades players there to be able to slot that one home. So it is now Reese Norrington Davis who deciding whether or not he wants to pass back to Wes. Preston not pressuring him too much now. So he decides the forward pass, and they do end up winning it. So now it's Preston pushing forward a long ball towards the Blades box. It does fall to Johnson, who finds number 8.
Whew,
And Wes with a great
good
fingertip
save.
save from Brown for Preston. I think his first real save of the game, as Johnson does really good to nicely cushion it to Brown. Brown
Whew,
taking a good shot over the outstretched leg of Egan, and Wes
good
just a
save. Yeah,
good save there.
good save for Wes.
So it is a Preston corner now. 11 Brady standing over this one, coming in from the near side, going towards the far post, headed straight down, but doesn't meet a Preston head clearly. And Brady now working into the box with the ball, takes it on his left foot, hits Sanderberga straight in the face, but he stands up tall. The mighty Norwegian.
The Norwegian horse, as we call him.
Yep. And it is
Oh,
eventually an offsides given, as Lindsay was running towards that ball at the far touch line. So it'll be a Blades free kick, 84th minute now. Oh, exciting stuff.
2
Still a
0.
2-0 lead.
Let's see it out. We just went past 84 minutes. We're on 84 and 15. So into the 85th minute now. So we're winding down this bad boy. Hopefully, you know, there's only 5 minutes max at a time. So that way we can get out of here 2-0 winners and, you know, stay top the league, good form. And of course, we have a break coming up in this league because of the international break. So, of course, it's going to try and stymie us and stem oof,
Yep.
our winning
Norwood
streak.
taking a
But
long shot there. Actually on target this time, but a
yes, it
little low
was.
and easy to get for Woodman. But yeah, some good Blades build up there. And yeah, international break, echo those, the sentiments of the break as we're in our best form, 3 away games where as long as this result holds, we're coming away with 9 points. Definitely not the time you want to have an international break, but always good to see the lads out there. Hopefully no injuries, as we talked about pre-match. As Preston now with the ball far side, working it near the corner flag. Johnson centering it now, and they're working it around. A little slip from Ndiaye there, but gets right back up, and R&D putting some pressure on the near side now. And between him and Doyle, I do like their energy. And Sanderberga steps in with a great interception, trying to find the pass for Ndiaye, who does eventually get on it just over the halfway line, but he is taken out by number 11, Brady, for Preston. So foul for free kick for Sheffield United at the halfway line there.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. I am 100% okay with this. Run a little bit of the time, burn a little bit of the clock. Okay. The teams we play against, they look at Swansea at midweek. They were burning clock and they got bit for it at the end. So,
yep.
All the teams in the league do it. So let's just keep doing what other teams do to us in the league.
Yep. Baldock with the cross in, and
had to be a corner.
Yeah, it looked like
no?
it took a nick off the Preston player and went out, but they were able to clear it for a throw in instead at the far side, about the top of the 18-yard box. I like the comments in the chat about wanting a clean sheet rather than a third goal. I agree. I think that'd be more impressive to get that clean sheet streak really rolling now, as the ball does fall to Sanderberga, who is looking to find the pass to Baldock at the far side.
I thought he wiggled away.
Somehow it goes off of him, but did really well to get past two Preston defenders there.
Yeah, I thought he wiggled his way. Man, they cannot get out of the back.
Yep. And Ndiaye centers it now, finds Billy Sharp, and it's Berga out to George Baldock, who's just taking his time. Now steps forward, crosses it in. A great deflection off the header from Preston that fell right to Tommy Doyle, who tries to head it in, but not quite enough force on that one to beat Woodman, the keeper. But it is now almost a great flick back now from Tommy Doyle to Reece Norrington Davis, but it was just probably a half a step in front of R&D, so it goes out for Preston throw in, and we are about to hit 88 minutes. Any guesses for how much stoppage time we're going to have?
17 or 20 or maybe another hour. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's the usual, how it always used to be 3 minutes at Swansea was 4. We haven't had too many stoppages. I mean, the changes have all came together. It's not like we've had one here and one there. So I would say probably 4 or 5 minutes. You'd imagine.
Yep. No, that would probably be a good guess. Dan seeming to think it might be 7 minutes. I could see anywhere between 7 and 3 minutes. I'll give it a range. And the ball over the top.
Man, no penalty.
No foul called there. Definitely looked a little sketchy for the Blades at the back there, but either Egan or Ahmed Hodzic, whoever that was, did just enough to see the Preston player off the ball, and back on the other end of the pitch, Ndiaye with a niggly little foul to give Preston a free kick near their penalty box.
Let's not see that replay again. We'll just kind of roll on with it.
And Preston again into the Blades attacking area. Baldock trying to see this one out near the corner flag, and eventually does put it out for a throw-in. McAtee standing over near the ball with the warm-up kit on. So I do like that effort from him. And Preston now, the cross blocked by Sanderberga. Another throw-in as we approach 90 minutes here. About 15 seconds to go in regular time. And the Blades still with a 2-0 lead. But Preston knocking on the door, asking questions late in this match.
All right. We just need to get one and just dump it down.
Yep. And I'm liking some of the comments here that we're seeing. Jack Berga on the right is literally unfair on our opposition.
Redonkulous.
Redonkulous is awesome. And let's see. Hecky needs to stop putting Berga in center mid. Agree with that. I think as soon as we put Tommy Doyle on, it not only opened up opportunities on the left, but it made Berga far more accessible on the right. As we just saw that replay of the Preston chance in the box where Ahmed Hodzic did a good job of getting between the player and the ball.
How
and
much
even though the player
time?
went down.
Oh no.
Or I think I saw 5 minutes,
5.
maybe in the chat, but looks like McAtee coming on here as a late sub, so probably a little bit of a time-wasting sub, and getting him some good extra minutes there as Iliman Ndiaye is coming off great
Goal
performance
scorer.
from him.
Goal
Brilliant,
scorer.
brilliant first half goal, and yeah, just all around a good day for the Blades so far. About 5-6 minutes left, and McAtee not quite able to get on the ball there, and free kick is awarded to Preston about 10 yards or so inside the Blades half. Keeps moving the ball forward there.
Yep, just keep moving it a little bit further. Yep, one more time. Okay, by the time we notice, we'll take the free kick from the edge of the box. Oh, man.
Yep. So all Blades players back defending this free kick. Ball comes in, and number 9, Evans, does get ahead to it, but it can only put it over the bar. So a good job from, looked like Chris Basham there, just to get in the way and be a big presence in the box there.
Yeah, I mean, we've done well on their set pieces. We haven't really let much of them, get many chances on West. I mean, I can only think of that one save he's had to do today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, they've been way over the bar, wide. Really haven't really threatened. And I don't think we're going to get much of a threat from this league.
Oh, and McAtee trying to slip that ball through to Billy Sharp, doesn't quite find him, but that had the perfect weight and the perfect direction on that pass. As Norwood goes in for a challenge, ball bounces high over his leg, and the Preston player falls over his leg. So a yellow card for Norwood late in this match. About 3 minutes to go in stoppage time, and Preston does have another set piece here, a free kick in the Blades half.
Come on, let's clear it and move the truck the other way. We don't want to move closer to our goal. We've done well with set pieces all day.
Yep, free kick comes in.
Good defense.
Yeah, looks like Sander Berga getting up there for the header. McAtee now trying to step up and defend against Brady, and Head's missing the ball there, but eventually it is a Blades player who clears it long, and Preston having to run all the way back to their half, and the ball finds Woodman, the Preston goalkeeper, with 3:40 of stoppage time already played.
Just blow the whistle, ref. That's close enough to 6 minutes.
a foul given, so a free kick for the Blades in their half now. We will be taking our time with this one, certainly. Yeah. So, and Simon, with good comments here. Yellows are accumulating.
That is
players like Egan, Norwood, defenders and midfielders who we want to not be able to play more games, and we don't want them to be worrying about diving into tackles and whatnot. If they have to make a tactical foul, we want them to be able to. So the fewer cards we can get at this stage in the season, the better. But they are definitely starting to accumulate.
Yep, for sure.
Whew. And McAtee getting that rebound, does find the ball, trying to find, looks like Billy Sharp on the far side, and it is out for a Blades throw in, about in line with the edge of the penalty area. Baldock slowly reaching down to pick up that ball as we hit 4:45 of stoppage played already, and just slowly deciding where he wants to throw this one in. Maybe to McAtee,
just take your
maybe
time,
to Billy, maybe to Sander. Eventually it goes to Billy Sharp. Sander has the ball. And,
is that it? Yeah.
Yep, 5 minutes.
Full
stoppage time played. Full time whistle.
Bang, bang, bang. Full time.
And it is a Blades 2-0 win as I predicted.
Full time.
Super confident
And
the whole time.
we get it. We got it. We got it, man. We got it. That was a big result. You know, people, we didn't know what was going to happen in this game. You know, Preston hadn't conceded many goals leading into this game, so we thought it was going to be tough, and they made it tough in the first half. But we were able to get that goal before halftime, and then it opened us up. We played better from there on, and then McBurnie was able to score the goal off of whatever Preston made a mess of it at the back, and we were able to capitalize. Now we take 3 points, still top of the league. I haven't seen the Norwich score to see what
I think they ended one apiece with West
still
Brom.
playing. Yep, still playing. So we gain. We're 3 points clear of them. We're 3 points clear. Everything I could ask for. Top of the league, going in the international break. We don't need any injuries. Yeah, it was a tough game, but we came away 2-0 winners. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. What are your thoughts on the game there, Captain Costa?
Yeah, well, obviously it was a much better second half than the first half. It looked like Preston were the more likely to score. Ndiaye with a feat of individual brilliance to score the first goal. And yeah, I think it definitely changed the momentum of the game. Going into the first half, it looked like this was a different side, a side that could win this game. Preston still didn't look like they were going to be able to score a goal. They did have one opportunity late that challenged Wes. But on the whole, I really, really happy with the performance from the lads. I liked McBurnie getting another goal. I think that was really important for him and his season. So that's now 4 goals in 5 matches. Yep. I think if the count is correct. And as Simon pointed out earlier, that is 3 away wins in a row leading into the international break. That's the form you want to see. That's the form that's going to get us into the promotion hunt, the promotion contention, even contention to even win the league. Dare I say it this early in the season, halfway through September. But yeah, it was a good game. Definitely, I think Doyle coming on, taking off that extra striker and Rian Brewster really changed how we looked. It let Berga be more free on the right-hand side, and Doyle and R&D just have a great chemistry down the left that I think between the two of them defensively, nothing's ever happening on the left-hand side with both of them out there. And offensively, like you pointed out, it lets Reece Norrington-Davis make other runs because you have Tommy Doyle back defending. When it's Norwood and Berga, they both want to be more on the right-hand side, and Norwood can't really be worrying about defense. He needs to be worrying about getting the ball in space and finding that next pass. If he's having to worry about winning the ball back, then we lose one whole big facet of our offense and the way we play. So that's my big takeaways from this game is we really need to have both Doyle and Berga next to Norwood for as much of this season as we can. And maybe you have to at some times switch out who's playing where and which players are starting. But that midfield trio, I think, is more important than getting 2 strikers on next to Ndiaye. Because I think with McBurnie, the way he's playing, the hold-up play that he provides, and giving Ndiaye a little bit more space to work in too. I think Brewster and him may have clashed a little bit too much throughout the game. It definitely is the recipe for success. And one of those things where you don't change a winning side. And once we changed it back to the way the winning side was, it worked out perfectly for us.
Yeah. I mean, I echo your sentiments exactly. So thanks to everybody that had fun in the chat. We had a fun time. Blades win 2-0. I want to thank Captain Cosa, Robert, for coming on and joining me. If you guys haven't already done so, and I don't know why you haven't if you're watching this stream, subscribe to the Chef United Way. Hit the like button. I only see 11 on our end right now. I would imagine there probably be a lot more, but we had a big turnout today, which was cool. And 2-0 winners. We are going to get out of here. And we will see you after the international break. I have been Chad Jarvis from the Red Half of Sheffield. If you haven't listened to our podcast, give it a listen. Me and Noah, who usually does this, we'll have our review of this game coming out this week. And give us a follow and a like. And yeah, I just want to say thanks, guys, for everything. And we'll see you down the road after the international break. Hopefully, no injuries. So see you guys
Fingers
later.
crossed.
Thanks.